What up, Chicken Nuggets? Tyler here with the Sports Cars Are Dope podcast. And today I want to talk to you about the Hobby Awards. Mantle, if you don't know what Mantle is, Mantle's awesome. It's like it's a social media for collectors. You can go in and post your stuff, comments, heart stuff. Like it's a really cool community. I've posted on there a bunch of times and gone commented there. Really great. That's mantel.com. mantel.com. I think the LE is if it's like above your fireplace. But they have created the Hobby Awards. If you want to check it out, if you want to vote, it's thehobbyawards.com. I was going to go through and just tell you who I'm voting for and why, and just kind of talking through it. I thought, since this is kind of cool, like first time I've ever done this, and I thought it'd be really neat to spend a few episodes talking about it. So I think I'm going to split it into three short episodes, and because there's 15 categories, and so we'll split it 5, 5, 5. And so I'm going to give you the intro because that's what they tell you you're supposed to do for, branding. And so I'm going to stop talking and let the intro hit. Let it hit like your third grade teacher told you to quit talking in class. Okay, so let's just jump in. First off, I want to say this because I love Ghostrite stuff. I've got a ton of Ghostrites. I've only got like the 100%, which is the size, but they are doing Ghostrite trophies for the winners of this, which I think is absolutely genius. So this is like right here. If you're on the YouTube, that's Jared McCain out of 25. It's the green crown, pretty cool. There's a little Steph Curry action. I also have a lot of WNBA, and I got a few baseball ones, but pretty cool. So Ghostrite, shout out them for doing this. And also, this is not a sponsored post. Mantle's not asking me to do this. I just thought it'd be cool to discuss who I was voting for because, I don't know. I think it's neat that they're doing an actual awards thing. So I'm going to split it into 3 episodes. I'm going to talk about 5 categories each time. And I'd love to know in the comments who you're voting for. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, throw it in the comments. Let's just talk it out. It's like chatting about the Hobby Awards with your friends and who love cards, because ain't nobody in my life want to talk about cards as much as I do. So we'll go through the first 5 categories, and I'm going to talk through, and I don't know all the people, everybody nominated, but I'll give you the ones I'm voting for. So the first category is Best Breaking Platform. Okay, this is solely about breaking. Okay, so the first one is called District. District is the first nominee. I'll be honest, I've not ever heard of District until now, and so I'm sure it's great, or else it would have been nominated. You got eBay, which got into the live selling portion this year. You got Fanatics Live, which is, they don't do singles on Fanatics Live to my knowledge. It's just packs, boxes, breaks. You've got Loop, which is, I've done Loop. I've bought stuff on there. I've never done a live stream there, but Loop's in there as well. And then Whatnot, of course. And Whatnot, I think I just heard that Whatnot got like $250 million in funding for their next round. So they're moving forward. They're, I think, valuated like over, 10, 13 billion, something like that. So Whatnot's doing okay. So again, District, eBay, Fanatics Live, Loop, and Whatnot are all nominated for Best Breaking Platform. Now, here's the deal. Everybody has their preferences. I've bought stuff on 4 of the 5. All of these but District I've bought stuff on. I love Fanatics. I like how clean it is. It's very organized. It's not too crazy, but it's like I buy mostly singles. And so really I only go to Fanatics Live if Jesse from Sports Cards Nonsense is doing something. I just want to support what he's doing. I'll go buy stuff on there from him. So eBay, I've bought stuff off, people there. Loop, I haven't in a couple years. Honestly, I know Whatnot, I think they have to win for this. For me, that's probably what I'll vote for because I've bought the most singles from Whatnot. There's always shows going. There's always options. And I think that's the only one out of the 5 that I've ever even sold on. I've only done 6 or 7. Sorry, I'm the worst. 6. I spoke to some students yesterday for it was like an anti-bullying thing. And I was talking to them about it. And I don't know how I got it. I brought it up or I made the joke. They lost. They were super respectful, but they lost their minds when I said 6, 7. And then one kid on the front row says, "Can you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?" And I was like, "Sure." And I go 1 in the microphone. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they all scream 6, 7. They do the little hand thing. It's fun. It's fun. It's just good, clean fun. Okay. So I'd love to know who you're going to vote for the breaking platform. I'm probably going to go with Whatnot. It's the one I've bought the most from. I personally could see eBay overtaking that for me once they start pushing it even more. I still think they're in beta for that, but I could see eBay definitely getting up there for me. And then Fanatics Live, once they start doing singles, I'm in. I'll love that. So those are my thoughts on that one. All right, next category, best custom art card artist. Okay, so we got Andy Friedman, really good. He's been at Culture Collision before, so Andy Friedman's great. Card Carver, awesome. I've chatted with him a few times. Bought my Michael Jordan. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got the like stand that my Michael Jordan rookie's on is from him. Super cool. Then we got Kev's Cards. He's got really great stuff. Kickin', Luke the Cardist, somebody with a logo that I don't recognize, Spectre Sports Art, and Tyson Beck. So I'll be honest, like, because I love custom art. Like, I'm a big fan of the art of cards. It doesn't just have to be, oh, it's licensed, it's licensed. If, like, some of my number one favorite card of all time is not licensed through the NBA. It's officially licensed with Tyson Beck and Steph Curry, but it's not licensed with the NBA. But it's the Night Night, and I absolutely love it. And so I'd say it's probably still my favorite card. Last time I did it was like a few years ago. It was my favorite. But out of these, like, a Card Carver's super nice, dude. I've talked to him the most. There are others, I think I may have hit up one or two of them online. But if I'm going to vote, it's going to be, apparently I voted with my wallet because I've probably spent, I bet I've spent over easily 15, 20 grand since I started collecting with Tyson Beck. I absolutely love Tyson. I feel like he does the hobby the right way. He has the back of, whenever I got he did a partnership with some company. I don't remember what they were, but it was them, and he did a card art for Shaq. And then, it got signed by Shaq, but then like they didn't deliver. The other company didn't. And he just had everybody's back. And he made sure that none of us, like, we all got way more value out of that thing falling through than if we'd actually gotten our Shaq cards. So that was the start of where I was like, okay, so Tyson is a good person and not just a great card artist. And I love his stuff. I love the way he does business. And I literally am about to send off all my Tyson Beck cards to finally get slabbed up and here's why. I just love the grandeur of a graded card. And even though I don't plan on selling any of those, I just love the way they look in the slabs and with those rubber protection around the edge, that like colored, what are they called? Slab mags? I don't know what they're called. Whatever. I just like the way it looks, and I want all my cards in there. It just feels more grandiose. So I'm probably going to go Tyson Beck, even though I love like almost everybody on here. So Tyson's mine. Who's yours? Let me know in the comments. Number 3, best collectible show. Best collectible. So this would be the best card show. Or best, no, they didn't say card show. Best collectible show. I love that. So you got the Dallas Card Show. Great show. I've gone there. I go there a couple times a year. Fanatics Fest, New York. Awesome. The National, of course. Sport Card Expo. I've never been to that. And then the West Coast Card Show. I've never been to that one either. So for me, the top 3 are easily Dallas, National, and Fanatics Fest. I feel like Dallas, as great as it is because of the frequency, and it's pretty close. I live 4.5 hours away. I like that. And however, and again, I didn't get to go to the National of the year because I had to work. I had to give away my ticket. But the National is a great card show, and it's like every card that ever existed is at this show. So it's something I feel like everybody should experience. But if I'm saying best collectible show, Fanatics Fest, and taking my kids and seeing how much fun they had, Fanatics Fest has to win for me. I know like, oh, it was only like 20% cards. It was the best show. Like, which one had the best cards? I'm sure the National had the best cards. There's no question about it. Had the most, had the best, whatever. I still got my Kobe Bryant. I got my Kobe Bryant on card auto. I got that at Fanatics Fest. I picked up the Big Men on Court Kobe. Picked that up at Fanatics Fest. What else? I picked up an MJ. Where is it? I don't see it. It's up there. My MJ 3D Skybox Premium. I picked it up there. I picked up 3 of my favorite cards at the show. The people, it's not a card show. I picked up 3 of my favorite cards there. Bigger cards than I picked up at the National. So it's at the National the year before. I know I didn't go this year. But I'm going to have to go Fanatics Fest. I feel like they're doing something different, more, and the way they're marketing it is only going to grow. I think it's just an absolute show that everybody should go to, especially if you have kids that you want to get excited about all this. So pretty sweet. Number 4, best marketplace. Best marketplace. So this will be just best place to buy and sell cards. So we've got Alt, which is good, although I did lose on my Jordan Poole rookie what do they call that? It's the one where it's got the piece of their jersey that has the number of championships. And I missed out because I didn't know how alt worked and lost it. So that's fun. ComC, I've only bought from them through eBay. Collects is great. eBay, obviously. Fanatics Collect, it's great. My Card Post, we got another one that's just a logo. It looks like a disc. Oh, that's that Ryan's Discord thing that I hear about. I've never been in there, but I hear people love that. And then TCG Player. For me, as much as I do like, I mean, I bought stuff off of, I think, almost all of these except for 3. I've bought stuff off there. They're all good. I think it's hard to compete with eBay because they have the most there and the most stuff. That's my number one go-to when it comes to buying. I'll check Fanatics Collect once a week. Collects is great. Alt's great. Like I check all these, but I'm buying on eBay almost, I mean, weekly for sure. And I feel like it has to be number one. And even look at the sales numbers. Like it's absolutely insane. It is the eBay numbers in the collectibles buy sell, like numerical category statistically, it is more overwhelming than the PSA in the grading arena. Like it is, you want to say PSA is king, you have to say eBay is king by a larger demographic. But I think a lot of these companies are moving in on that area. I think what it would be really cool because there's like a few cards that I want that are hard to find, like Jordan Poole Gold out of 10 or, you know, certain MJ autos. Like there's certain cards I want. I would love to know if there is a app, if you know one, throw it in the comments. Is there a good app or notification system or something that can pull from all of these so I can find them? I know Alt gives you an option to like search eBay sales as well. Maybe that's the move and I just haven't leaned into it, but I would love if like I could pick a card and then get notified on what platform that thing went up. So I'm terrified like, oh, this card you want, it's going to go on Heritage and you won't know. It's only there for a week and you didn't notice it. So I'm just scared that I'm going to miss some. That'd be cool. Okay. And we are on to number 5. Last one of this episode. Best hobby shop. Best hobby shop. Got AA Mint Cards, Bleecker Trading, Burbank Sports Cards, Cards HQ, Card Vault by Tom Brady, Grand Slam Collectibles, Lucky 7 Cards and Collectibles, Mint Inc., and then roadshowcards.com. I have been to Bleecker, Burbank, Cards HQ. I haven't been to Card Vault in person. I've seen them, you know, bought from them at the shows. I think that's it. Roadshowcards.com has a big setup at shows whenever I go as well. So Grand Slam's huge as well, and I've seen videos of their stuff. It's pretty cool. I'd love to know your thoughts on what you're going to do. So it's like, of the ones I've been to, Cards HQ was like the most impressive. Like it's just a really well put together. It's got like, you know, recording studios, breaking areas. It's got places you can sit, watch TV. Like it's got a great setup. It is a really good setup. I've been to Burbank. It was fun. They have a lot of cards. They buy and churn through a lot of cards there. So that's cool if you're buying. But it was okay. My experience here was okay. Bleecker, it's a smaller area, but I'll tell you one thing I really love about Bleecker is the way they run it is like, if I open up a card shop, I would do a lot of what they do with regards to like graphics, design. Like I feel like they make it like they make cards cool. Like cards are cool in my opinion. And I think anybody can pick what's cool to them, but the way Bleecker does it, it is such a culture infused way to do it. You know what I mean? Like I love the collabs they do with like creators and athletes and like they have people in and they're always doing stuff. And I just really love the way they do that. But if I'm going to pick someone from this year, from the past year that got best hobby shop, Card Vault, like the fact that they're opening up so many stores, they all look so clean. I bought from them at Fanatics Fest and they had a card. It was a Michael Jordan 3D. I think it's 98. It's up on the shelf. I should grab it. Okay. Pause. You're on the podcast. This is great audio. Sorry. Just going to grab this. 1998 Skybox Premium Michael Jordan 3Ds. Okay. So this card right here, I saw it. It was raw. Saw it on in their case at like the very front of Fanatics Fest. And I called it was like a slow leak out the side of the milk carton in my brain. Like I could not stop thinking about it for 3 days. Finally went back, bought it. They did give me like, here's the thing. With bigger stores like that, you're always afraid that they have no room. So the cool thing about card shops is that they have the room to like make you deals. Like, oh, we can do 20% or 40% because a lot of them are getting it for a really good deal. When somebody walks in, bulk stuff, unless it's like a, Kaboom or some high value, like not high value, high demand card with huge liquidity. A lot of times they'll cut you a really big deal, especially value boxes. You can grab a big stack. Hey, the sticker is $200. Can you do 130? And a lot of card stores will say yes. Like Game Day, Card World, the ones I go to the most, like they're super cool about that. The fear with shops like this that are very organized and I don't not want to say corporate, but feel very like they don't feel as like local, like mom and pop. They don't feel as the owner's in full control. Like the owner's not chilling out the front desk, getting to make all the decisions. It's a lot of employees, all of that. Like Tom Brady's not out there being like, oh, can you do 80%? You know what I mean? Like he's not bartering with me at the front. So the fear when you buy from places like that, card shops like that, is that they do not have the ability to make decisions because they're employees, 2 or 3 rings down from the person that gets to make the decision on where they can go. One of the things that impressed me with them is they were very structured, but they did still give me a % off, and I ended up like they wouldn't do as big as like normally because I was trying to get a smaller shack as well. And normally like most places would be like, yeah, we'll throw in the shack with that and we'll do the full price. I'm like, cool, because they get their money and I get 2 cards I like. But he did still come down a little bit for the %, and he also threw in like 2 hats, one for me and one for my kid. And so it's like they still did some stuff. But I think the reason I'd probably have to go with Card Vault by Tom Brady for this year is because of how hard they're pushing and the amount of eyes they're putting on sports cards and the way they're doing it. Like they put a shop across from Wrigley Field. They're putting one, I think, right next to where the Patriots play. Like Tom Brady is at these releases. He's making videos. He's doing podcasts with Dude Perfect. Like he is helping spread and grow this hobby. And I know he's like tight with Fanatics, Michael Rubin, all that, which makes sense. But I really respect the way that they're trying to grow this in a way that brings in new collectors. And I think that's important for us as collectors because 1, we want to have more friends to talk about this, but 2, it increases the value of what we've got. It does price us out on certain things, but that's part of it. If you want your cards to go up in value, there's other cards you don't have that'll go up in value and that you might lose on. So I'm going to probably have to go Card Vault by Tom Brady if I'm voting on that one there. Now, granted, my favorite hobby shop, Game Day and Card World, they're not on the list, or else I'd vote for them. So that's the first 5. I'd love to know in the comments which ones you're voting for, what and why. Throw it in the comments. It's a conversation with your friends. Talk about sports cards because we're your sports cards BFFs. Also, don't forget our first ever weekly drop. Say it like that. On sportscardsardope.com is happening this week for anybody in Chicken Nugget Nation. That'll drop on, I think this episode goes up Friday. It'll drop on Monday. So if you want to get in on that drop, if you want to have a chance at getting them, I'm giving some free cards out. And go there, sportscardsardope.com. Join the Chicken Nugget Nation if you want to. All right, love you guys. Y'all be good, stay sweet, and never stop collecting. Sports cards are dope. So are you, my guy or gal.